Hi everyone, this is Ramya from 𝗃𝗃 Master near 𝗦𝐼C Medical College, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗀. So in this video, I would like to give you some information regarding the latest updates that OET has made as of 2021 December. So we can get into the video. The first information which I would like to share with you is that nowadays we can see that the letters are more purpose oriented. So what does that mean? Later most of the letters was type of letter, like we used to write the letter, we used to start letter like I'm writing to refer, but nowadays it's better because they have become purpose oriented. So if you can start with the purpose, that would be better, but that doesn't mean that I'm insisting you to do in that way. It would be better if you could start with purpose oriented or give more priority to the purpose on your letter. So another thing is that there are some connectives. This is something which they used to do so frequently, like they used to change the type of connectives which we can use and the connectives which we cannot use. Now also they have made some updations regarding that one. So I would like to give information on the type of connectives which you can use and the connectives which you need to avoid. So first I'll just tell you about the type of connectives which you can use. Okay, the connectives which you can use are as follows. The first one is however. You can go for using however. As a result can be used while, since, for, and beware of using since and for. Use it in appropriate way. Okay, then another word is as. As is a word which you cannot use in the introduction, but you can go for using that on the body paragraph. Another thing is also another important thing is that you cannot start a sentence with as. Also, that is also a word which you have to use in the middle of a sentence. Don't go for using that on the. You should not start a sentence with also. Then and, consequently or subsequently, then in consequences with, despite or in spite of. Okay, these are the words or connectives or cohesive devices which you can use. Whereas the words which you cannot, the connectives which you cannot use are but, because, or meanwhile. Then comes besides, moreover, thereafter, apart from, a non-case of. This is a particular word which I had seen people using whenever it comes a non-case or non-case letter. I had seen students using a non-case of. Okay, or else if the patient is having a history of diabetics, I've seen students writing a non-case of diabetic, but this is a word which you need to avoid. Another one is like hence. So these are the words which you need to avoid in or when you are writing an OET letter. Okay, so the third point which I would like to share with you is like how to write the salutation. You know that if the patient is below the age of 17, don't go for writing any salutation, Mr. or Mrs. or baby, anything like that is not needed. You can just write the name of the patient as such. Don't need of writing anything else. Then if the patient is above the age of 17, go for writing Mr. Mrs. according to the situation. Like if the patient is divorced, go for using Miss. No need of Mrs. Then when you are writing age, usually they used to write like, you used to write like aged 52 or aged 25, but it's now they are saying it's better to write like 25 years rather than aged. If the date of birth is only given, go for writing that one. If you're writing the age only, you can go for writing 25 years rather than aged 25. Okay, so I hope that is also clear. Now another important thing is all about the vocabulary. It's better, don't try to copy what is given on the case note. You have to change the words. You have to use synonyms when you're writing the letter. I can give examples. If the case note it is given as lab report, you can just write like investigation reports or like reports says so and so, like that you can go for writing. And if in the case note it is given as looks pale, go for writing appears to be pale. Or if it is given as need urgent assessment, go for writing requires urgent assessment. Okay, so I hope you understand what I mean about using synonyms, using another word from the case note. Okay, so that much is clear. Now the next thing which I would like to give is all about some information, as like if you are doing OET, it's better to practice That is the best method which you can use in order to get good score. You need to read good case notes. You have to read case notes, which you can see a lot of case notes available, especially from the benchmark. You know, there are case notes, benchmark corrected case notes are available. You can just go through that one. That will really help you. That will really help you to form sentences. Okay, so if you are doing a self practice, you can go for getting these informations. That is easily available. If you get into the Telegram, there are different groups available. You can get into it and you will get this type of information. Now the thing is that you have to practice like at least one letter, one reading, one listening, and one speaking. If you're not getting time for doing reading and listening, I would suggest you do part by part. If you're getting only 30 minutes, go for doing your C part, or else if you're getting only 15 minutes, go for doing A part. Like that, you have to practice. Daily practice is really very important. If you want to get good score in OET, you need to practice. You need to spare your time for that. Okay, next one is that you can read journals, especially medical journals, but I won't suggest that to intermediate and exam students. If you are a beginner, go for doing that one. The exam batch students is always better, go for reading or go for doing your reading test as such. That would be better. Then you know that different types of sentences are there, like simple, passive, compound, and complex sentences. Incorporate all these type of sentences in your writing. That doesn't mean that you need to use completely complex sentence or completely compound sentence. You should include all these 4 types of sentences when you're writing your case note. Like simple sentence should be there, passive, 2 or 3 passive sentence can be written, at least one complex sentence and 2 compound sentence. That would do, because you need to write only 180 words, so you can go for it. Another thing is that don't ever use or overuse your cohesive words. Like, you know, some connectives, that doesn't mean that you need to incorporate everything in your case note. You have to use according to the need. If it is needed in that particular situation, only you need to go for using, because you know that some sentences can stand by itself. They don't really want to use cohesive device in such situations. So try and use cohesive device only according to the situation. If it has some connection with the preceding sentence only, you need to go for using that one. Now that is like if you are a beginner, start with the small case notes and later you can go on with the bigger or larger ones. Okay, so one more information which I would like to give you is all about the last paragraph. That means the discharge plan. So that is also quite important when you're writing the case note. When you're I would suggest my students to see the discharge plan also. That will really help you for selecting information from the case note and to avoid irrelevant information. So if you are a beginner or if you are doing your writing, I hope this will help you, because you have to, it's not all about the writing task itself. You have to see the discharge plan also. Then you can select case note accordingly. That will really help you to avoid irrelevant, at least it will help you to avoid irrelevant information. So I hope the video was clear and the informations which I had given is helpful for you. So yeah, thank you.